Okay, I see more paper. What's here first of all? Spore heater prototype. Activity console. Spores detected. Heaters inactive. But there's the 4 marks. Harvest required. Okay, well we did something. I don't know if we were supposed to do that. No, there's so many papers. Okay, I can't continue reading all of this stuff. My throat's like dying from reading all of that. So let's go and see what's around for. Okay, is there anything over here that's not? Everything is exposition. Okay, let's at least look over at what this contraption is. It's got a nice little seat. I'm guessing these have to do with the, okay. I'm guessing these have to do with the users in some way, but these are stopping at certain points. So that's a full circle. The second one is half circle. Third one is a 3/4 circle. Well, not a 3/4, it's a circle, a third circle. And the fourth one is a quarter circle. Okay, what is this? Okay, so 1, 3... Okay, we need to write down which one's which now. Just notice there's no downwards one. Symbol code activation board activated. So 1, 3, 2, 4. So 1, 3, 2, 4. There's 4, 2, 3, 1 for the, wait, let's try 4, 2, 3, 1. Just because it was written on the wall. Let's see if that did anything. No, okay, that didn't change anything. Okay, what is this? Neyyah the Platinum System. So they did mention the Platinum... Oh! They did mention the Platinum Systems. Point A, Nyashka Zone. Point B, Nyashka Spore Pool Collection Zone. It may be required to travel through in order to grow and deliver spore production. Alright, so that's the roof of the, that's the roof of that middle place. So that's called an ocean portal. Okay, activation status. Doesn't work. Binocular activity. Current location of binocular power. Smollax Mehmet. Okay, so we've got Smollax's last name now. Exit system. Okay, big system there, and then a smaller one here. What is this? Video messages. Who the heck is this? And why does he look familiar? Smollax. Okay, so this is... So we're not Smollax. Confirmed. So this is Smollax. Kind of reminds me of the guy from Kingdom Come Deliverance, but not really. I think it's just this... this image. It's full HD video as well.
Vermeer! My old friend. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I assume you're down there on Nyashka Site 28?
This is giving me...
Working hard, I hope. Looking at recent deliveries from other Nyashka sites,
It's giving me Mad Max vibes.
Is coming your way. Also, just a reminder, if I don't see progress on the dome's construction, I will hold you personally responsible. Now, my dear Vermeer. I await your report on the Philitsu routes.
Okay. So he's definitely Aussie. That's that's for sure. Seems like one of ours. So he's the boss around here, I guess.
The Nyashka spore. Beautiful. powerful, potent. Wouldn't you agree, my dear Vermeer?
This guy put a lot of
We
work
must
into this acting.
conserve the Galliphium, and yet we must up the dosage for the well-being of the people.
He sounds like a
Perhaps
pirate,
the
to be
Myashka
honest.
plants are getting zapped by Zypherfish. Or maybe the spores are releasing too early. Interruptions. Not if we are to finally be reunited with him.
Okay, so from this, I'm sort of getting the thought that the spores are an illicit drug on Ulajay, and they've pissed off their crime boss, and they're working down here to try and make their way back into the crime boss's good graces, basically. But that's just the feeling I'm getting from this. This guy definitely is not trustworthy, from what I can tell.
It finally happened. Didn't I say it'd be unwise to keep that wretched portal standing? The debris doesn't concern me. It could have affected the spore farming systems. We were lucky. This time, who was it? One of my engineers mentioned to me the last time he was down on site.
Orion.
Orion.
Yeah.
That name sounds familiar. Does it mean anything to you?
Is he trying to threaten Vermeer's friend?
Volca. He graces me with his presence.
So Volker
Machine
is the
breath
guy?
Enters my dreams. Now. More than ever. We are getting close.
I'm guessing that's the
The
him.
time is fast approaching where we will once again sail back through the silver rings and be old with our home. Bragnarian.
That's another name. Okay.
More power. Keep me informed about Nyashka Site 28.
Okay, so got a lot of exposition again. Smollax does not seem trustworthy whatsoever. I can see why they want to get rid of him. Okay, so they're talking about a machine spirit or something. It sounds very Warhammerish. Maybe they're all just techno priests or something. Okay, what's through here? Oh, this is different. The Binox computer system. This was at the top of the this was at the top of the dome zone, and it looks like that might be all the J in the background. Okay, there's a lot to look at here. System information. Powered by servers on your homeland and named after the masters of our bloodline, the Binox computer systems will enable you to access various points of information connected to the Nyashka site you're working at on the planet of Feyamore. Okay, so Smollax is a lord. So Vermeer is his underling, I guess. So that's why Smollax is so pompous and demanding, I guess. Gehalter Volker watches down upon you. With machine breath, he thanks you for the harvest of the Nyashka spores and doing your part to bring our broken world closer to him once again. Okay, so Gehalter Volker is their weird deity to do with technology, I guess. So it's possible they're part of a technocracy, which isn't exactly a good thing. Okay, portal activity. Holy crap, there is so much to click on. After the betrayal of the Fezaltians, the land of Fezalta and the rest of Feyamore was left for us to upgrade and change as we saw fit. I don't think there was a betrayal, was there? It sounds like these guys just came in and took over everything. Under his eyes guiding us, we came to this planet upon one landmass. Select a portal to find out more about them and their specific activity in connection with your Nyashka site. Oh my gosh, there's so much to read. There's so much fucking stuff to read. Okay. How are we gonna get through this? Okay, I'm going to I'm going to have to heavily edit all of this to get rid of all of this exposition If you want to see all of the exposition, go play the game. Otherwise, I'm just going to summarize some of these things to save my voice. Okay, so the Binoxi portal is just a portal between the sectors of Neyyah. The Mahili portals, they're upwards facing portals. I think that's what we came into Neyyah with, which was created by Vermeer and Smollax. The ocean portals were made by Smollax. That's the thing that's above. It's to do with creating the spores. It tells us that there's 4 in operation. If we go back to this, there's 21 Binoxi eye portals and a classified number of the Mahili portals. Okay, the Pelorian portals, we basically know what that is. So this has a very in-depth thingy about it, but it's just another portal for people to get through. There's 4 of them. And there's a click for further information. The components, basically the Pelorian flowers, plasma ring, and the cooler crystal pods. So it used to be powered by these, now it's powered by this. Now the Toledo portals, those are the triangle portals. So we've been through those. There's 4 in operation, which are all in that spore generation place. So they originate from the Fazaltian technology. So they're there from before the Ulagarians came in, which made all the circular portals. So the arrival sector, the camera sector, the elevator sector, and the lab HQ sector. I'm not sure which is which, because... Actually, no, okay, so the lab HQ sector would be the Galorfiak mines. The arrival sector would be... The arrival sector would be where we came from. The camera sector is probably through that blue portal, maybe. And then the elevator sector is probably the area that we haven't been, which looks all industrial. And there's, yeah, just the 4 in operation. The Shiruki portal, I think that's where the pipes go through. So there's 4 in operation, they're being shut down and gotten rid of, but they transport the spores, so we already know about them slightly. The Mayora tube portal, this looks like the thing that lifted up the Jalud. So this uses the Mayora gas, found in caves. So the Mayora is found in caves on the southern mountain ranges of Ulajay, where the Binoxi dragons still dwell. So the Binoxi are those dragon thingies, okay. Wait, so the gas is from Ulajay? Oh, I thought it was from Neyyah. Okay. Alright, so that's all classified. And then we've got a Jalud portal. So this is for the big Jalud craft to go through. Similar to Stargate Atlantis with the hoppers, whatever they were called, going through the Stargates. So there's 1 in operation, but they're supposed to be everywhere. Okay. That's only the 2nd tab. Console data. Okay, so there's a thing called Holtish data, which is to do with the heating systems and numbers. So let's write this down, because the Trondi counts meant something. I can't remember what it was for though. Here we go again, drawing these symbols. Holtish data. Once a fuse is charged, Trondi readings will be sent from the Holtish servers to this database. So I think the Trondi count was needed for the place with all the fuses. Okay, so Fujitsu root data, this is Vermeer's stuff trying to make an alternate power source. Oh, this is to do with the dome zone. This is on the top of the dome zone. Okay, so we do need all of this. Did I write this down? I think we chose not to write this down, only because there was so much to write. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is all to do with that top place. There's an error here. So pod 2 has issues. So we might have to go back to the thing to fix that. Also, these have images. I think we wrote this down actually. Actually 45, 55. Yep, so these are all written in the other place as well. So all this information should be available in that other room. So if we had written this down, we'd know what the error is supposed to be. And that is a really weird symbol. So there were 2 red ones last time we were there, so one of the red ones isn't supposed to be red, I think. Alright, and if we go back to what numbers are, 1, 2, 3, so that's the number for 1. So we did write down a whole... This stuff here was from that tower. So I just realized this is backward. No, it's not. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3. So I've got 1, and then 2 is an error here. So now we know what 1 is. So 3, and now we know what 4 is as well. Which is a really weird one. So we're learning the number system at least. So we've still got the other numbers to do. So 6 through 10. Then Jatuk portal shift. Oh crap, what have I done? What have I done? Okay, so we can change where the blue portal goes. So we can either choose the camera sector or the spore docks. So that was the camera sector. Okay, this is getting interesting. So we need to remember that we can change that. We've changed it, so we can go to wherever that is. Neyyah heated chamber status. That's too much. Way too much. Okay, so the heated chambers are deactivated. That one's set to point A. Okay, so there's going to be a whole thing of we need to get stuff done in certain ways. The plant must be protected and nurtured at all costs. We turn this off. Species of fish known as the Zypher fish seem to populate in the Neyyah heated chamber. Oh, okay, so that's not the one I was thinking of. That's the one that we turned off outside the thing. So we turn that off, that's fine. The Neyyah is point A. Shoot is inactive. Live update. Attention required. Foreign object detected in the pool. Okay, so we need to get something out of the Neyyah heated chamber. Emails. Sender blocked. Okay, there's the thing with the security systems that he blocked. It looks like they even have issues with hacking in this place as well. With accounts being hacked. Okay, so they're using new pipes, and that's why there's pipes on that table back there. Oh, there's a next page. Okay, so there's something to do with the security on the fuse boxes. So the Trondy count matters, which we've written down, but they need to be multiplied. So the code is the Trondy times something. It's the numbers for the fuse boxes. Okay, so I was sort of correct. Okay, and then there's just a thing about some of the spore docks being closed down permanently and only using spore dock 1. Okay, cameras. Crane camera. Crystal block mecha camera, those off. That is not a oh no, that's the camera looking at the oh, okay, so that camera's actually on. I think that's... Let's see what's in the background. Okay, I don't know where that camera is actually. I have no idea what that is. Maybe that's at the at that place with that big dish thingy. Okay, Paida information. Okay, so the Paida case is apparently cooled, because they need to be kept coldish. And the outside of this is leathered, sort of like the Binoxi Dragon's leather, which is an interesting note. A little bit of world building. So there's the Paida holders, we know about those. They just hold the Paida and power the object. Paidas are the power source for the Neyyah sites, developed in red, blue, green, and yellow designs. 3 components make up the symbology of the Paida device. Okay, so this is probably how we would have learned how to use that portal in the other puzzle. So the Toledo portal triangle represents the location, so it was a downwards triangle on that thing. A line of 4 squares representing the Paida energy level, which I'm not sure was relevant for that puzzle. Circle with a line through it, which makes a Paida unique to its given location. Click here to learn about Paida's origins. So there's the factory. Okay, so the Fazaltians that were living here somehow figured out the Paidas were deep below the ocean and gathered them, and then used that track on the outside to deliver them to the Paletish clan. I got a note from Vermeer, and then it's just Vermeer talking about the history of stuff and how they should still respect the origins of everything. Okay, what's this? Oh yeah, the plaque that tells you which place it's supposed to be. So that's the same as this, pretty much. And then what the heck is this? A PSF reader. Paida signal frequency. All Paidas require PSF reader check before they are sent to the Neyyah site for operation. Ah, okay, so this is when they create them. So this is irrelevant to us at the moment, unless we find one. We have to make our own Paidas, which could be a cool puzzle. Okay, that's all of that. Okay, we're done. We're done with the thing. We've changed the blue portal, which I think was the main thing here. What else could we have? That puzzle wasn't doing much at the moment. And it does look like we've got a portal above us. Okay, I just remembered. We've got a whole heap of exposition here waiting for us. Okay, I think this has information relevant to one of the Falitsu pods. So this is mentioning Falitsu pod 4 and a faulty pipe, but Falitsu pod 4 is not what this is talking about, I don't think. So there's talk of using the Githyanki mushrooms mixed with two chemicals, the Tashibani and Colifinol, which is not used on any of FP1, FP3 or FP4. FP2 has an error. So I'm wondering, this one needs no seawater in the mix. So I'm going to write this down just in case we need to use this for FP2. This might actually be information we need. And then it creates a sustainable light source, apparently. Okay, they've got some photos. So these are the things I was talking about, where they look like they're actually built in, but they're apparently not cables. And there's the leaking thing from FP4. Right. What's in here? It's another message to Vimir. This is regarding that button that's missing at the dome zone, and the parts aren't in yet, so that's unfortunate. Plasma field has been activated successfully. All operations on the dome will cease for now, as explained in my letter. If you are able to find a fix for the bottom system there, inform me as soon as you can. So they're just saying that the button needs to be found. And there was another note in here. And there is no clear or original text here. So, Dev, if you're still watching my videos, this is missing everything. Not that it's hard to read, but it doesn't have a different one. So remote power using the mushroom spore satellite connects to remote light sources. Let there be a light in dark places. Spores inserted inside cabinet. We have spores. So, yeah, that's acting a bit... This whole thing is acting a bit weird. It's a bit buggy. I can't, like, look out. But yeah, if we go into here... Yeah, mushroom spores. So we put those in one of these and it lights up. Okay, well... So we've got a thing powering the fuse boxes at the heater servers. Okay, so this is just a printout of the email that we already saw. 4321. So we just have to line these up with the colors and then that... Yeah, okay. So this is what we have to times them by. And there's another ending of this. Yeah, so we read that email, we just didn't have the code until now. Oh, we can actually look up now. And there's a weird plant. And that roof is really cool. Can we see this one? No. No, we can't. Alright, well, I think that's everything here. There's 4231 written there, which is not the same code that we just got. So there's codes everywhere. And now we can go underneath, and we can do the gas thingy. So we've got the Paida thingy now. Let's go in here. I wish this would automatically give us the mask, but it won't. Anyway, there we go. Let us head down. So apparently this is an instant thing with the gas. This side. Inventory. Gelatrin. Pull that. Lasers, lasers. The glass is gone, the gas is out. Are we getting teleported? What the heck was that? Okay. Camera in use, crane camera. Location classified. So, we've activated the crane camera. I can't turn this off either. What happens if we head back up now? Why wouldn't there just be poisonous up here, seeing as we... I'm so confused as to what's just happened with that. Okay, I don't think anything would have changed over here. Let's... head on out. It's weird that we couldn't interact with that whatsoever. Actually, I'm gonna go back in just to double, triple check. I just want to really make sure that we don't take, like, the Billix tank thingy, which was supposedly there. Yeah, that's completely untouchable, and then, yeah, that was it. We locked ourselves out of that. I don't know what it unlocked. Okay, we'll head back out. Actually, what's out here now? It's all the same. Head down. I'm hearing wind or something. Oh, there's the Jalud. Oh, so that's where Mason went and blew up. Okay, that makes a bit more sense now. If we go in here, I still don't think this is... Wait, is this... No, it's not a key. Never mind. This thing still doesn't run, and we can't look anywhere, so... That's a puzzle for another day. And then there was the stuff down here. What was here? Is that the key? Spare key? Yep, okay. Spare key gets us into everything. It's kind of ridiculous. Ooh.